to Georgie's Gundogs at Trails for Tails Dog Training. So, you've seen what I've been up to. There was one thing I forgot to mention. There will also be puppy videos coming in the next month, because I might have a new arrival coming. So for them with puppies and starting out, I will be putting puppy videos along with the other stuff. For those who are starting a journey from a puppy and how I start things. So every stage really I'm going to try and film for you guys so that you can see and go on a journey with your pups, as well as you seeing mine with mine. Because obviously I went down with a dog recently, but I'm not saying any more about it. You will see. Hold up, I'm not saying names yet. I will introduce, so don't worry. Anyway, this video, so you're watching this because we are introducing the stop whistle cue. Okay, so let's have a chat about the stop whistle, why we use it, what we use it for, and obviously there will be a video, there'll be a next clip, there'll be a next clip following of how I teach it. And I'm going to show you a couple of ways on this clip because it depends on the dog. Okay, so what is the stop whistle? The stop whistle means stop and face me, get ready for another instruction. Okay, stop what you're doing. Now, if it was on retrieves, it would be stop while you're out there. So if they've gone, let's say, out of the area or off slightly the line, I would stop them and I would either cast them, direct them, push them back, hunt them. It's a support out there to say stop what you're doing, not quite what I was asking for, or you're not quite in the area, or you're a little offline. I'm going to put you back online, or I'm going to guide you or cast you into the right area. So stop and face me, something's going to follow. Okay, just listen to me, pause a minute, and I'm going to handle you. Okay, so it's like a support out there. It's also, you're working with your dog as a team. If they've gone slightly off, like I said, they've gone out of area, they've not come off the line. Okay, or you want them to stop before they go past, and you might want them to hunt that area, get the nose down. Okay, so it's important here we create, especially to distance and stuff, that huge value in that stop. Again, now if I was hunting, it might be stop on the flush, but if you talk like, right, you shouldn't need a stop whistle to flush, but again, it's there to support. Or stop while you're hunting, stop midway. You never know, we might, dog keepers like stop your dogs, call them in, you know, we are stopping a minute while we push the bird out. There is a million different ways why we teach it. Okay, but all it means to the dog at the big end of the big spectrum of things is stop and face me, get ready for an instruction. Okay, stop whatever you're doing, whether you're hunting, whether you're retrieving, whatever, stop what you're doing, face me, I've got something else to give you. Or stop what you're doing, just pause a minute, we might be doing something else. Okay, so it is important when you teach the stop whistle that it bloody is valuable. It shouldn't, for me personally, be used as a interrupter. Okay, don't get me wrong, you could class it sometimes as an interrupter, that if they've gone out of area, you're interrupting them going out of that area or off that line, you're interrupting them from carry on going too far, or you'll need to cast them, so you're just saying, you know. But in training, it needs to be valuable. It needs to be bloody rewarding, because what we're asking these dogs to do, especially these hard hunting breeds, hardwired, driven dogs to do, is lift their head off the ground, or stop them when they're running, hunting, anything, and to listen, stop and face us. That is hard, because once it all kicks in, and you've got a driven dog especially, that is hard. You're asking them to stop something where their genetics they are fighting. So it is fundamentally important we build value in it. Okay, that is the key. If you use it as a punisher, or you use it interrupting all the time, you will start to poison it. Okay, you will start to have a dog that's going to crumble a little bit with you. All right, or some will just ignore you because you're nagging. Because sometimes people can overuse the stop whistle, especially on handling on retrieves. Some people like it because they like to show what they can do with a dog. Well, my argument here is, yes, you do need to be able to handle your dog, but also your dog's got a bloody good nose. So if they're in the right area, on the right line, leave them to it. Trust your dog. So it's a fine balance with the stop whistle, because if you overdo it, you can also create sticky dogs. So if you're overstopping on hunting, you're never going to let them get in the flow of it, and then they'll start looking at you lot. You overstop on retrieves, they'll start stopping before they've even had the confidence to search that area. So this is why it's important you build these stages up with a stop whistle. Seriously important, okay? Because you take the right journey with it. When you need it, it should flow a lot better than when you're trying to get it all the time. And you will need it on hand-on retrieves. You will need it on hunting. You probably will need it on steadiness of game and flushing and stuff, okay? Even if you've got a really strong sit to flush, there might be times you just need it. And it's one of the fundamental and most important things to teaching Gundog. But like I said, don't get carried away with it where it becomes everything has to have a bloody stop whistle on it, okay? But yes, it also still needs to have some serious value and a lot of work put in it, but you've got to build it in. Okay, so a lot of people ask me to teach stop whistle. I can't do it at a distance and stuff like that. So what we're doing in this video, like I would say with everything else with all the foundations, is you're just learning the cue. Now, when teaching stop, look at your breed. Look at their size. Look at their stance. What are they comfortable with? Now, for me, with spaniels, I like their bum on the floor. Yeah? I don't trust the buggers. No, I do. I like the bum on the floor. That is my criteria. Unless that spaniel is not comfortable in a sit and they are offering me a better stand, then I will go with it. But majority of the time, I want to sit. Now, if I've got a larger breed, like the pointing breeds, I'm more bothered about them standing still, to be honest, because they're natural. They will struggle to sit, especially if on the move at big ranges. They'll probably be more comfortable with a stand stop. If they offer a sit stop, go with it. That's fine if they're comfortable with that. Again, with retrievers, if they're out there mid-flight and I need to stop them, they might be more comfortable in a stand. Again, though, it depends on the dog. Like everything I always bang on about, it is always dependent on what is your dog offering you. If your dog looks more comfortable position, then just build value in that position. Like I said, for me, I like a sit because I have little breed, I have the spaniel. If I had a larger breed and they were comfortable stand, I would build value in the stand stop. Either way, it means stop what you're doing and face me. Because I don't want you facing that way or backwards or the other way, because you need to see me to get ready to get handled, okay? Whether that's in front of me, whether that's out there. Yep. So it's important, and this is what I say, go back to distance, right? So a lot of people say I learn anything. Well, this is learning the cue at the beginning. So all you're doing is learning that behaviour. Turn and face me, turn and face me, turn and face me. Distance work, when people say, oh, well, they're only here when they're stopping, because you haven't trained that yet. You can't just blow your stop randomly on a walk or on a retrieve, and you haven't actually built that into the dog's picture learning, right? Every bit has a stage. When I'm first training a young dog, a stop, it will be around my feet. Then I may, like later on, teach another behaviour to add on for the distance, like sending to a place board, might put a stop on that so they start to go out and stop and basically go around poles, or with, you know, sometimes pushing them out a little bit on to a food bowl, to a treat and train machine. You know, there's a million ways. Ball droppers, right? So you can see I'm already flying a million things at you for distance work, but you don't, in this video, this is not about that. And that's what I'm saying to you. When you're first teaching it, don't go, why are they not doing it when we're out and about and away? Because it's not in their learning picture. When we are training these distance work or handling work, we are building in exercises to teach them to go out, to teach them to stop on the outrun, to teach them to stop on fly. That is all different learning pictures, which we will go over the series of episodes. Like I said, what I'm doing with the foundations, I'll bring you progression. I'll progress you on to the next stage of the stop whistle using something like a place board, another exercise you've learned where then we can merge the stopping. So don't think, oh, I can't stop them at a distance, because I get that question a lot, and it's only because we haven't taught that picture to that dog. Okay, this is just learning the cue. Just because you learn a cue doesn't mean they can do it 200-300 yards away from you, because again, that is another picture. So it's really important you know that, guys. So the stop whistle for me is one pit. Okay, now, sorry, Siddy, sorry, Baba. For me, he was like, hey, what? I'm asleep. So I just woke him up. Awkward. So for me, if I'm handling a spaniel close by, it shouldn't need to be that loud. At a distance, I'm a bit louder, so I have a bit of a longer one, especially your retrievers. They've got to hear you, so having the right whistle for that distance is important. I have a 210.5 here for Sid, which is nice. You can then have the 212s or 211s. So the 212s are really loud, so they are good for, this is a 212. These are good for his bad weather and that, so you want some hearing, but I've not used that particularly with Sid as I've not needed to. Plus we haven't done, he is still learning handling out there because he's still a very, very young dog. So you can see, even I at 14 months have not hammered that handling too much. It's more when hunting and a little bit on retrieves, but I've not, plus I don't want a sticky dog, I want a drivey dog. And I don't want to be relying on too much handling out there, because if I've done the job right and I've taught it right, he should go out, find it and come back. So again, remember, yes, this is the cue, okay? So your whistle, your sounds, all right? You know, but when you're training, don't be, yeah, because that's a bit, I know you've been heard that, didn't you, Bella? You've got to have a bit of welly in it, okay? A bit of a, right, sharp, short, face me. So they learn that, oh, yeah. I'm looking at you. What we're doing? We're going left, we're going right, we're going back, we're going here, we're hunting, I'm stopping hunting, I'm sitting, stop, million things. Yeah, so you've got to really know it. And like I said, it's all about that value in it. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I love value. So there's a lot of games we're going to play with it. There's a lot of exercises we've got with it, so you can find your dog's way. So in this video clip, we are going to train it using a food. I'm going to show you 2 ways. Using a food, 2 ways, no, 3 probably, because there's a couple of ways with the ball. So 1 with food, 2 ways with the ball. Okay, these are nice ways to teach. If you've got ball driven dog, you've got food driven dogs. Again with your training, when you're teaching this, do not try and do it out and about where it's just too stimulating. Start in an easy location, yeah, somewhere neutral, that is not a lot of stimulus about. Okay, you want to be there and build on it, then move on like layers, like I always bang on about. I have to remind, because I know people sometimes go from A to Z, so build them layers in. And again, remember your reward system. What's working in house might be a bit of kibble, might not work out and about. And even again, like I said, your meal times, this is a good time. You can just blow your stop before, and then they face you, food down, yeah, or take a bit of the food out and play the game with it. You're going to see I play on here with it, yeah. So food times, you've got time to put it in, like I said, with your recall as well. This is a stop, use dinner time. I always do a little bit, even when they're getting a bit more advanced, I might send them to food, but as I run into it, stop them just before it, and then they finish on it, yeah. But again, guys, don't do that until they've learned the cue. So this is just learning the cue. The dog's just learning, turn, face you, turn, face you, turn, face you. All right, so in the video, what you're going to see me do is, on the first clip, you are going to see me use food. So I'll talk you through it now, and I'll talk you through it again in the clip, but so you know. So if you want to write any notes, go for it. So I have some food in my hand. So when I first teach it, I have the food in my hand, okay, right here. Yeah, so if you're using a clicker, you can put it there. If not, I like to use a marker word. So again, my marker word, so when I catch that behaviour and it's right, I can mark it and then pay it. So I have the food in my hand here, because this is the hand I'm going to use for my stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the food to the side of me, not out here, not behind the dog, at the side of me. So the dog takes this turn onto the food. As soon as they've ate the food and their head comes about to go up, I'm going to throw my hand up. What this will do is it will slightly startle the dog, and it will face you, and then you'll mark it, yes. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a sit. Some dogs are going to offer a sit straight away, mark it. Some are going to offer stand still. Just mark. We're looking for that still. Whoop, stop. So once I've marked it, I will then throw to the other side. So that's the other side of my foot to the floor, again, keeping close to me. So they learn to, all I'm looking for is go there, face me. So when the dog comes again, hand up, mark it, pay to the other side. All right. So once they're fluent with this, because I've not put my whistle on yet, once they're fluent with this, then I will introduce the whistle. Okay. So what I will do is, you've got to remember this now. Once you start to do, the whistle will come before the hand, because you've got to remember, when the dog's nose is on the floor, out there hunting, they're not going to see your hand. The hand is the extra support, so when they do look up, they can see it, boom. Yeah, but they want to be sharp on this. Really, if you had a belting stock whistle, you don't even need your hand, okay? But I like it because it just makes, especially if I'm going to handle it at a distance, I need you to see me visually, okay? So as soon as they've got that fluent with the hand, then what I'll do is I bring my whistle on, so my whistle can be before my hands, it'd be then hand, yeah? Mark it. They've looked at you, they're still, I mark it, I pay them back to the floor again, right? So when they come up, mark it, back to the floor again with the reward, yeah? So they're having this nice rhythm. Do it a few more repetitions, boom, finish on a win. Like I said, you don't want to be throwing over the food, you don't want to be throwing it miles away from them, because all you're doing is teaching them to swing and face you, and be still, whether that's stand or sit, and it's sharp. When they get good at it, and they're eating with her down, put your stop on them, progress it a little bit. If they're doing fluent well, then you'll see they're eating it. Once they've had it before their head comes, put the stop on and see how quick they come up. Yeah, are they listening to it? All right, so that is with the food. Then what I'm going to do is show you with a ball. So there's two ways, which I do. There's still the way with the puppy and the other one with a bit of an older dog. So with the puppy, I might have the tennis ball. I'll be moving it to the side and then I go up like that. When the pup sits back or stands back, I let them have the ball, play with it. Yeah. So again, I get it fluent with the pups. They follow. This is really good, especially for the hunting dogs. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah, ball. Left, right, yeah, ball. Then again, whistle beforehand. 1, 2, yeah, ball. Okay. Another one that I'm going to show you is I pretend to throw the ball. So this is good for the large dogs. I pretend with what happens, them dogs who are very ball driven. They throw out as they're about to turn. I put my stop on. Ball goes up. I've got the ball in my hand. As if they start, they pause. Straight to them. Yeah. But then I would fade that. Yeah. So I'm not going to rely on that. Also with the one where you're pretending to throw, do it only a few times because they get very clever to it. So in between it, you might want to throw a ball for them, okay? So that they don't always think they're going to stop because they get sticky on it, all right? They won't go out. Also with that, if they're doing well on it, just bumble about it. Just blow your stop, ball up, throw. Once they're solid on it, you fade the ball out. You can pretend to throw it, fade that out, put it in your other hand, put your stop up. When they do take the ball, then throw. And again, progress in that. As they start to run out, even before they turn, you put your stop on and see if they come back to you. Excuse me, swearing at you. God. Apologies. So they're the 3 little clips that I'm going to teach you, okay? So you can pick which ones you find that might be right for your dog. Again, like I said, you can use the food bowl time, stuff like that. Put it on a sit. If they offer natural sit, you can put it on the sit as well. Stop. Yep. So if you have any questions about the stop, remember guys, this is just learning the cue, okay? So I put these 3 little clips up for you so you can find which one works for your dogs, all right? So this is just learning the cue of the stop. This is not looking for distance work or anything else. You're just learning the cue. So I hope you enjoy it. And thank you again for joining me, and looking forward to next over. Looking forward to your feedback or any questions you have about this stop whistle. Please get in touch. And like I said, thank you again. See you later, guys. Bye. Okay, so in this video, you are going to learn the introduction to the stop whistle using food. Okay, so we had a little chat in the clip before of how we did it, but we will go over it again. Okay, so take your time when you're watching this, take some notes if you need to. And some people, when they're first learning, it can be a little bit all over the place. Okay, I've used quite short grass here. I would recommend, if you haven't got a dog he is experienced on this exercise, if your dog is not, use a nice flat easy surface where they can see the food fall to the floor. Okay, and then you can transfer it outside. If you're outside again with a dog that's not experienced in it, use light coloured food. Nothing too messy. I like to use patties I can chop into nice squares, so they're a bit like that. If you use chicken in that, the problem with chicken is it breaks up and it gets messy. So you want something that the dog can easily get hold of. So think about the food you are using, okay? So, as I said, I'm going to have the food in my hand here. Oh, freebie. I have the food in my hand ready. whistle at the ready, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some food to the side of me. As soon as Sid picks the food up, I'm going to throw my hand up. Now, while I'm doing this, the whistle will be ready, but I won't blow it straight away until the dog is fluent with being still and facing me, whether that a sit or a stand. Like I said, what is your dog comfortable with? So once he's picked that food, my hand will go up nice and sharp. As soon as he looks back at me, I will mark it and I will pay to the other side. And I will repeat, up, mark it when he faces me, pay to the other side, all right? Once he's fluent, then I will bring my whistle in before my hand, so it'll be whistle, then hand, and I will repeat a couple of times, okay? Again, this is the introduction to stop whistle. This is not distance work. I'm just looking for stop, 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 okay? And also, once he's fluent and I think he's doing well, what I will do is as soon as he's at it, I will blow and see if he comes up quicker without him even needing to look at me, because the idea of the stop whistle is when your head is down that you can come off it. But this, the beginning is learning it. I can progress it on through the exercise, so watch carefully. Yes. 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 So now I'm going to ring the whistle on. Yes. Yes, good lad. Yes, good boy. Yes, good lad. Yes, good boy. Yes, good lad. Right, now I'm going to progress on to nose down. So once he's at it, I'll be on him. And I'm not nagging. This is early stages. Yes, good lad. Yes, good boy. Yes, good lad. Yeah, good boy. Well done. Good boy. So you could see, I wanted you to see when he went there, if I was in early learning, okay, I would not nag that, all right? I also have, like I said to you, in the moment with the stages that he's learning he's doing these videos for me, he is in adolescence, so I definitely don't hammer too hard, all right? But you could see the flow of the behaviour, yeah? So I built it up first, just going with the hand, all right? Then what I did was, as I seen that was fluent, I then put my whistle on just before my hand, okay? And then when I think that's fluent, I test it when his nose is to the floor, bang, after he's at the food, bang, can he lift his head off the floor? Yeah, finish. As you can see, I didn't do too many repetitions, okay? Like I said, use an easy surface. If you, at the moment, have a dog that's quite sniffy and scenty, then you don't want to be in a field. He has done this in this field a million times, all right? You do not want to be... Boy. You don't want to be in a field where it's too hard for their learning. You want to be, when they are there, nice easy ground, nice and easy surface that they can really hone in on it, then you can move into your layers, okay? So that is a stop whistle with food. Good boy. in this clip, you are going to see what I was describing with the ball. So this is the first one. So if I've got a young puppy and I want to introduce a stop in a nice fun way, I like to use a tennis ball in this exercise, especially the hunting breeds, okay? It's fun, they can have a bit of a chase with it, they can follow your hand, learn to go up, okay? Like with the food, I like to make sure that they are fluent with me with the hand first, then I will bring the whistle in before. But this is a nice, fun, playful one, because that's what the stop should be. It should be fun. It should be rewarding for that dog, so that they want to stop, because they're like, good things happen. Because later down the line, I will pair the harder stuff with good things happen, so that they want to stop and work with me as a team, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show him the ball. I'm going to get him to move with the ball, and then I'm going to throw it up. As soon as I throw my hand up, I want him to stop still, sit back or stand, bang, deliver the ball, okay? And then again, once he's fluent, whistle, throw the ball. So here goes. Yes, good boy. Good boy, Siddy. Good lad, well done. Thank you. And if I have a young dog, I always pay for exchange. You can see I'm not putting the pressure on to bring it me back, because that's not the exercise. I'm not looking for a retrieve at the moment. But again, I paid for the delivery of coming back, didn't put the pressure on, so we'll go again. Yay, good boy. Yeah. So I'm rewarding that stillness. You've seen him. As you can see in this video, who's more animated than the food. So you'll see that some dogs are foodie, some are not. He way prefers the ball, don't you, Sid? He's very, very toy driven. Good boy. Thank you. Well, Sid. Good lad. Good lad. He's way more toy driven, so you're getting it. So now I'm going to put the whistle on. Ready, ready, ready. Yes, good boy. And if that was a puppy, it'd be a little chug, doesn't have to be as high. You know, it's that catching of it, that little chase. You know, if they were hunting, special hunting breeds, move left, right. Yep, okay. Good boy. So then what I might do is, yes, good boy. That's all I'm doing, is teaching that sort of whoop. Okay, so thank you very much, Siddy. Thank you. It's a nice one you can play. You can even play with other toys. It doesn't have to be this. You can be stuff like this. Yep. Anything that's more exciting to dogs. You have a little toy there, play, let them run around with it for a bit. This is the early staging for them younger dogs, okay? That's what it's all about, having fun with it. Whoa, I'm going to stop, that was good. You know, some impaired with it, being engaged, boom. All right, so that is how I introduced it with the first part of the ball. Okay, so this is for a little bit older dogs who like a ball, who might not be as well with the hand movement ball. Some dogs might be a bit mouthy for it. Again, that's why I prefer doing it with young dogs, because they usually just chase your hand along the floor as with the ball, and I keep it low because you don't want the dog jumping up. But this one, what we're going to do is we're going to do what I call the pretend throw. Okay, so you're going to see that Sid, when I pretend to throw the ball, he will go out. As soon as he's about to turn, I put my stop whistle on, hold the ball in the air, then I throw where he is. So I reward him for that spot. I don't throw over him, I throw next to him, I reward towards him in that spot of where he's facing me, which is stood straight to me. All right. Now, like I said with this, you do not want to overdo it, because you'll get some dogs who don't go out. So sometimes on occasion throw the ball out so that they still feel like they're getting the chase of the ball. Yeah, so that they don't feel like, some of them will just literally turn around and go, I know what you're going to do. If they get good at it and they do keep running out, you can put your stop on just before they've done the turn, to testing it, so they're turning on that run. Okay, again, this is a bit more for those who are ball driven, like a bit of a chase to get them going, and it's another fun way of doing that early learn of the stop whistle. Again, it will help if you've got already automatic static behaviours like your auto sits and stuff like this. Again, go with the dog in front of you. That's why I wanted to show you 3 little clips of how different ways you can play with your dogs with it, as well as doing it with your dinner and food bowls and stuff like that. Right. So I marked it, rewarded him. Good boy, Siddy. Good boy. Yeah. You good lad, thank you. Good boy. So he had the pretend throw, went out, turned straight away on the whistle. Yeah, banged as I put the whistle on as I knew he was about to turn, okay? So you're looking for them. Once they turn, just put it up, stop, throw to where they are, okay? So we'll go again. Ready. Yes. Yay! Good boy! Good boy! Yay! Well done, mister! Well done! Good lad! Thank you. Okay, so you want me to progress that on now, so I need to stop him a little bit before he goes, alright? So, and I want to fade my hand out. So, but before you do all these stages, make sure they are consistent on the early ones. This is just showing you where the next little part of this one particular exercise is. So now I'm moving it all. I'm going to see if he stops on the run before he even thinks about turning. And also what I'm going to do is put the ball in the other hand. So he's once I pretended to throw, I'll swap hands, stop him, see. He stops on that, okay, without needing the ball, because some dogs stop for the ball and we have to fade that. It's not about the ball, okay? Yes. Good lad. Wow, good boy, Siddy. Good boy. You clever. Good lad. Good boy. Good boy, Siddy. Good boy. Well done, mister. Thank you. Good boy. So you can see I'm not even putting pressure on to grab it. That's really another important thing, that you don't put pressure on taking things out of these dogs' mouths, okay? Because this is where you'll get issues. I have to wait till he orientates in and he offers, like I said, the sit up. Like that. So I'm going to do one more for you, and then that is how you can introduce the stop whistle. Yes. Yay! Good lads. Good boy, Siddy Woody. Good lads. Good boy. Thank you. Yeah, get it. And that's it. Have a little game after, so they don't always think. But when you do want to progress it, another one is you can do, if you think they're getting a bit sticky, just bumble about. So I'll quickly demo that now. Thank you. I'll quickly demo that now. So if I was bumbling about, off you go, Sid. Off you go. Just a little bumble, not too far away from you. Quick little ball comes out the pocket, throw it. All right. So that is the introduction to the stop. Well, remember that, guys. It's the introduction. So you're just playing around with it. You're building fun with it. You're building that look at you, that sit, that stand, that stillness. Okay. So that stop.